Distribution of electricity is the following phase in the supply of electricity is distribution, which transfers energy from the transmission system to specific users. Distribution lines are the network of wires which transport electricity from distribution substation to consumer homes. The consumer subsequently make use of the distributed electricity. This distribution transmission divided into 4 phases. First, light industry. Light industry use 11 kV. Second, heavy industry. National grid system. Being of the biggest publicity traded utilities in the globe, National Grid specializes in the distribution and transportation of electric power and gas. Countless of citizens rely on us to link them to the energy they consume in a safe, dependable, and effective manner. Advantages for grid system. First, enormous power plants can be constructed on idle land and pollution may be directed away from urban areas. Second, in the event of heavy demand, power can be redirected to where is required. 3. Excess energy can be utilized to create hydroelectric power by pumping water up into reservoirs. And lastly, about 100% effectiveness. For these advantages, first, the cables heat up and lose power. Second, power cables hanging overhead are unsightly. Third, this is challenging for smaller generation projects with solar cell panels and wind turbines to compete with major vendors. And lastly, the national grid needs a lot of room.
Distribution. The final few miles from transmission or sub-transmission to consumers are covered by distribution networks. Distribution networks use cables that are generally buried in numerous cities or mounted on poles to transport power. Their current level and topology of distribution networks set them apart from transmission networks. Distribution networks employ lower voltages because they require less clearance. Distribution lines overhead. Firstly, it's not as safe. Second, it costs less. Third one, it is readily repairable. Fourth, it has 400 kV working voltage. Fifth one, it is simple to locate the fault point. And last one, increased likelihood of mishaps. For the underground, first one is safer. The second one is the cost is higher. Third one, it is difficult to fix. Fourth one, it is limited to 66 kV of operation. Fifth one is it is difficult to locate the fault point. And last one, minimal likelihood of mishaps. Transporting electricity, how it flows. First one, power plant generates electricity. Secondly, transformer steps up voltage for transmission. Third one, transmission lines carries electricity over long distances. Next one, neighborhood transformer step down voltage. Fifth one, distribution line carries electricity to house. And last and not least, transformer on pole steps down voltage before entering homes. For the supply system, electricity supply system means the transmission and distribution network owned or operated by the licensee and used to transmit, distribute and supply electricity and includes any electrical lines, plants, meters and other equipment owned or operated by that licensee in connection with the transmission, distribution and supply of electricity. For the supply system, what do we have? First one, power generation sectors, then power transmission and distribution sectors, and last but not least, retail sectors. For the supply to a building, first one, consumer supply system, second one, large and high-rise building, and the third and last one, domestic building.
So, for the next slide, large and high-rise building, we divide for three categories, which is radial system, ring main distribution, and lastly, rising main distribution. Next, the radial system. The radial system is a layout that electrical power originates from a single point and then distribute in a spreading fashion to various levels of a building. The arrangement is commonly used in large or high-rise building for electricity distribution. The organized and effective flow of electricity throughout the building is guaranteed by its layout. Next, rising system. What is rising system? Since it supplies electricity to every level, the rising electrical main is also known as the vertical supply system. The electricity for each level will then be provided by a system known as the vertical supply system. This is typically applied to structure with 5 stories or more. Last but not least, ring main. In a ring main distribution system, the electrical power is routed throughout a closed loop or ring structure. The distribution network's duplication and stability are to improve by this structure.